What's up, everybody? It is your boy, Uncle Greg, and we are back with another episode of Something Out of Nothing, third one to be exact. In this opening monologue, we wanted to talk about the movie going experience. Despite the expensive snacks, nothing beats some buttered up popcorn, a nice Nathan's hot dog dressed up with some condiments, ketchup, mustard, relish, however you do it. Can't forget the drinks, a nice cold cola, some ice. Can't forget the icy, cherry, and blueberry to be specific. But once you get past the snacks, the visuals on the big screen, the bass rumbling your seat, there's nothing that beats the movie going experience as I just experienced it this past weekend and highly suggest you guys checking out a movie, no matter what it is. Go have fun in the movie theaters. But let's open up this first topic of the viral news. And that will be the space mission that is the Artemis II countdown. NASA's in its final 48-hour countdown for the Artemis II launch, scheduled for Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. This mission will be the first time humans have traveled to the moon's vicinity since 1972. The crew consists of the Americans Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch, alongside Jeremy Hansen, who will be the first Canadian to leave Earth's orbit. Big day for Canada as they are making history. The mission, a 10-day flight around the far side of the moon to test the Orion spacecraft's life support systems before a future lunar landing, which is pretty damn cool in my opinion. Will I be able to see it in my lifetime? Only time will tell. What do you guys think? Do you guys believe in the first moon landing? Me personally, I was given some data, some information from a Netflix special, and so now it's like highly in doubt. But I don't know. I'm not a professional. I do not work on this. I'm not a NASA scientist, so I cannot tell you that if it's real or not. So that's on you. But I would like to know your ideas down in the comments. So go ahead and shoot them. For the next bit of news, unfortunate news that is out of the sports and celebrity world, as Tiger Woods, golf legend, arrested on Friday, March 27th after following a DUI arrest when his car rolled over after a crash in Stuart, Florida. The incident, Woods' SUV reportedly clipped a trailer and flipped while he was attempting to overtake another vehicle. Although he blew 0.0 on the breathalyzer, he was arrested on suspicion of impairment after refusing to take a urine test. Tiger Woods, the legend, has seen many downfalls in the media, and despite these downfalls, he is on record of saying he is not going to hire a driver because he wants to keep his privacy life to him. Well, he hasn't done a really good job as he's put himself in the news and these situations time and time again. So you just hope that he gets better. You know, I liked him as a golfer. I liked his connection with his son more recently. So I'd hope, he can get it together for his family, if not himself. And one of the craziest news stories I heard last week was the paraplegic that shot a friend. Noted professional cornhole player, quadruple amputee, is behind bars after authorities said he shot and killed a front seat passenger Sunday night while he was driving in Maryland. Dayton Weber, 27, was behind the wheel when he opened fire on Bradrick Michael Wells during an argument as they were traveling in a car in the town of La Plata, the Charles County Sheriff's Office said in a statement. Weber, who lives in La Plata, pulled over and asked the backseat passengers to help pull Wells out of the car, but they refused. Flagged down La Plata police and reported the shooting, as they should. The sheriff's office said Weber was found after detectives tracked his car to Charlottesville, Virginia. It said he was at a hospital seeking treatment for an unspecified medical issue and was arrested by officers of the Albemarle County Police Department. Once he was released, the police department said in a statement that the officers started looking for Weber once they learned that he might be driving toward their jurisdiction in Virginia. An Albemarle County officer checked security video from an area gas station, recognized a suspect, and found Weber nearby. The police department said he was taken into custody without incident. Weber is awaiting extradition to Maryland, the Charles County Sheriff said, where he will be charged with first and second degree and related murder and related charges. This story was gathered from NBC News, written by Dennis Romero's, where I gathered most of this information. So, going further, giving my input on this, no one has the right to take anybody's life. Don't even matter how hard of a upbringing he had. I know, going through what he obviously has, he had a tough life. You can just assume. There's many stories written by ESPN covering it. So, despite all that, there's no reason why you need to take another person's life. So, hopefully he gets what's coming to him. And now let's head to the sports report. And that is going to start off with the Dodgers and their three-peat quest, getting a sweep over the Arizona Diamondbacks. The ace Yoshinobu Yamamoto lived up to his stature as he was able to get the victory for the Dodgers on the opening day. The following two games, Dodgers got the victories 5-4 and 3-2. So, starting off the season hot against their own division, gotta love it. I love the Dodgers. This is great time for me. Back-to-back World Series champions. I know a lot of people are saying they're ruining baseball, but to me, man, they're spending money, they're making money, they're doing it the right way. And, you're going to get hate when you're doing well, simply put. But let's go on to the rest of the league as the Yankees took 2 straight from the Giants in San Francisco. So New York coming out ready to play. Angels surprising the league, getting 2 out of 3 against the Astros. An Angels resurgence? You never know. We'll see. You want to hope for the best for teams that haven't been relevant for a while. And of course, because Mike Trout's on the squad, you want to see them do a little better. So hopefully they do. We'll see what happens this season. Next up for the NBA playoff races. First off, we got the Luka Doncic and the Lakers. Right now in his first full season, Luka is currently third in league with assists of 8.2. His chemistry with the roster and the Lakers have obviously improved since the beginning and middle of this season. They may go further than I projected. I had Oklahoma City and San Antonio going to the Western Conference, but if they continue this play, they may be able to squeeze their way into that. I still believe San Antonio and Oklahoma City will get there, but I hope the Lakers and Luka prove me wrong. I am a Laker fan, but I'm just being also an NBA fan and a reporter, and I don't believe that they can get there, but I can be wrong, and I won't be mind being wrong on this one. Keeping up with the NBA, the Pistons solidified their hold on the number 1 seed in the East after commanding 126-110 win over Memphis, fueled by a 30-point performance by Jalen Duren. Continuously getting it done, the Detroit Pistons. I'm excited to see what they do in the playoffs. I want them to beat Boston Celtics, but I don't know if they can. I do believe they have a chance. So we'll see what happens. You gotta love these playoffs. Who do you guys have coming out these? I don't know if you guys answered that. I know my homegirl did. So let's see, NBA fans, where are you guys at? Let your team know. Be down in the comments. Next up for this NBA talk, Nikola Jokic looking like an MVP form. He's leading the league in both rebounds with 12.9 and assists 10.8. Now there's a lot of players who are putting up insane numbers, but didn't make the 65-game threshold to get this award. So it'll be interesting to see who gets the MVP, who qualifies for the MVP. In my opinion, if Luka Doncic continues to do what he does and gets the Lakers to the Western Conference Finals, maybe he gets the MVP. But for now, that's a wait and see type of thing. Now to the hard courts, where I don't have much knowledge, but I am a fan of just sports in general. And this past weekend, tennis stars Yannick Sinner and Aryna Sabalenka complete the Sunshine Double. Yannick Sinner made history on Sunday, March 29th, by defeating Jari Lehecka 6-4, 6-4 to win the 2026 Miami Open. But not only is this feat that hasn't been done since Roger Federer since 2017 insane, his streak is 34 consecutive sets won. So he's doing it, well, just manhandling the competition. So much respect to him. Arena Sabalenka got the win over Coco Gauff. He and Sabalenka became the first to accomplish the Sunshine Double in the same year since Novak Djokovic and Victoria Azarenka in 2016. So, Arena Sabalenka, Yannick Sinner, congratulations. I hope to follow you guys' career. Hope you guys continue to push it and get more W's. I, myself, as a novice, will hopefully tune in more. Hopefully you guys do too. Are you guys fans of tennis? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know who's a fan of tennis or other sports. Let me know what you guys want me to cover. I'm down to dip my toes in some stuff and talk about some things I don't know. But we can have a conversation about what is going on. All right, so the next topic, we have March Madness as the men's Final Four is set with UConn taking on Illinois and two number one seeds Arizona taking on Michigan. But before even that, how about that buzzer beater by UConn coming back against Duke? They were down 6 points with 1:14 to play and made it happen. I stepped out, grabbed some food, thought I was good, thought the game was over. My dad made a bet. He's like, hey, this game is in the book. So I was like, hey, let's go. Let's move on to the next thing. Let's get me and my daughter some food. When I come back, all of a sudden my dad is upset. What happened? You see the buzzer beater. Insane. Honestly, it's what March Madness is all about. And it's encapsulating. There's been so many good games this March Madness tournament. I don't know. I love it. I don't know about you guys. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy seeing random players who may not ever do anything after this just ball out and have some great time. So, I don't know. Any NCAA March Madness memories that you guys have, let me know down in the comments. We'll definitely talk about some more. But next up, the women's bracket. The quarterfinals conclude tonight as South Carolina will face TCU and Texas is taking on Michigan. For the games have already concluded, UCLA advances to the Final Four behind Lauren Betts' double-double versus Duke. Some couple player announcements that I wanted to pay attention to or give homage to. Angela Dugalich was key off the bench for the Bruins with 15 points and 6 rebounds. And someone who lives close to my home, Ventura County athlete Gabriela Jaquez, made her presence known on the floor, going after loose balls and not being afraid to take it to the paint or play some tough defense, as she was 4 of 8 from the field and 1 of 2 from 3, hitting the game's first 3 and I believe the second half of the game. So Gabriela, good shit. And the Bruins, you guys know I'm rooting for y'all. Duke's Tiana Mare gave the Bruins fits as she finished with the game. How can I say this? She finished the game with 21 points and 7 rebounds and 6 assists, shooting 50% from the field. So Duke came out to ball. UCLA responded. So that was a great game. I enjoyed it. Hope you guys watch some of these girls hoops because we got some athletes around here. UConn handled number 6 Notre Dame 70-52. UConn did not allow Notre Dame to crack 20 points in a quarter, while also creating 19 points off turnovers to Notre Dame's 7. So Eugene Oryema, of course, UConn, they come out and ball. Can't wait to see what the Final Four is after tonight and see what happens, who comes to the championship. Who do you guys think is going to get this W? I'm riding with the Bruins. Let me know down in the comments, y'all. Next up, the real report. All right, chat. I did it. I went and saw the box office smash hit Project Hail Mary, the adaptation of Andy Weir's book. I haven't read the book yet, but I did enjoy the movie for what it was. And I keep hearing a lot of people who are covering it said they really enjoyed the book, so maybe I'll check it out. Let me know if you guys read the book. Tell me what you guys think about the adaptation down in the comments. But the opening numbers for a domestic, he earned 80.5. Not he. The group, the whole team of Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling, directed by Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, hit America with $80.5 million across 4,007 theaters, achieving an average screen of $20,000 and $111. I can't speak right. Internationally, he made $60.4 million in 82 markets, opening at number 1 in over 60 territories. They killed it, getting about $140 million in the opening week. I personally enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I had so much fun, from the cinematography to the score, images on the screen, the colors they decided to go with. story written, the acting. It was just so good. It was amazing. Um, Critics are calling it a technical masterpiece, and social media is flooding with Rocky memes. I personally loved the little being. It was dope. The connection between both of them being the last ones of their surviving group. It was just dope. Um, Must watch. Before I go any further, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10. And this is a spoilers alert. If you haven't seen it, hit fast forward, hit pause, and skip. But the reason why I give it a 9 out of 10 is because I felt like they did too much of the going back to Rocky being dead or gone, then going back to, he's alive, then, okay, peace out, and then going back to save him, and then just it was just a little too much. I think maybe one or two of those, you know what I'm saying, would have been good enough. But like I think it was like three or four, like little whoa, come on now. But that's just me, that's me. Movie was amazing. I enjoyed it. I will definitely watch it again. Um, Definitely highly recommend. I wanted to give some shout outs to the team, Amazon MGM Studios, highly anticipated adaptation of the book. The filmmaker duo of Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, written by Drew Goddard. Lord and Miller broke out in Hollywood with 2009's animated film Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, classic favorite of mine. You guys got to check it out if you haven't. Loved the book as a child, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So the movie adaptation, right down my lane. Loved it. Gotta thank you guys for that. Actually, thank you. So next up, they also directed 21 Jump Street and wrote and directed for the Lego Movie, as well as co-wrote Sony's animated Spider-Verse films. This will be their first directorial effort on the big screen, live action or otherwise, since 2014's 22 Jump Street. Writer Drew Goddard is no stranger to science fiction, as he got his start with Matt Reeves in 2008 thriller Cloverfield, penned Mark Foster's adaptation of World War Z, and most notably earned a wealth of awards attention for adapting Andy Weir's first novel, The Martian. He has written and directed two original films, The Cabin in the Woods with Josh Whedon and The Bad Times of El Royale. Serving as cinematographer, I wanted to make sure to give this guy his flowers. On Project Hail Mary is Grieg Fraser. If I mispronounce your names, I apologize. But you kick ass. Their credits include Let Me In, Zero Dark 30, Rogue One, Dune, Dune Part 2, The Batman, and The Creator. In other words, well versed for this sci fi genre. Daniel Pemberton is on the board to score the film, having worked on projects like Spider-Verse movies, Steve Jobs, Birds of Prey, Being, The Ricardos, The Bad Guys, The Trial of Chicago 7, the latter of which earned him an Academy nomination for Best Original Song. Editor Chris Dickens also boasts an impressive resume, including Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Les Miserables, Rocketman, Slumdog Millionaire, which won him an Oscar. So this staff was jam packed with talent, and you can totally tell they treated this with care and love as they smashed it. I loved it. Like I said, highly recommend it. Go watch it. Enjoy the movies again, please. But next up, on the small screen, Netflix's series that I have yet to watch, but when I was putting together content, this seemed intriguing to me. Why? Produced by the Duffer Brothers, starring Camila Morone, the show follows a psychological breakdown at a wedding. As someone who's divorced, I have a good idea of what thoughts can go through someone's mind when they're getting married, when they're in the process of married, and then even after going through divorce. So, to my opinion, I feel like I'm intrigued. I want to know what are the writers, what are the directors, what are they going to show when someone has a breakdown at their wedding. That's usually should be one of the greatest days of their life. So let me know if you guys have watched it, your comments, your thoughts, and ideas down below of this show. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm intrigued. Just wanted to see if you guys were intrigued as well. But lastly, for the real report, we got the boys finale season number 5, premiering on April 8th. It seems like we're finally going to have an end game for Butcher and Homelander. The craziest story of connection. Homelander having a child with Butcher's wife, who he thought was dead. And now we finally get a conclusion of it all. So to me, I'm looking forward to it. I like the cast. What do you guys think? Did they take too long? Did season 4? Do you feel like they could have wrapped it up then? I don't know. I enjoy the cast. I enjoy just looking at superheroes in a different light. So to me, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to enjoy it. All right, before we end this week's show, we wanted to do it by doing a wheel contest where contestants either subscribe to our YouTube channel or followed us on Instagram. So we appreciate everyone who had entered. Good luck to the entries. And the winner gets a 2025 pack Topps World Series pack of Dodgers cards. So let's see who gets this win. Again, thank you to everybody who entered. Here we go. There you have it. Really rare collectibles. Congratulations. I will hit you up via DM. See how you want to get these pack of cards. As to everyone else, thank you for participating. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great week.